ACE is a unique organisation in the world. It's the only organisation which is focusing principally on climate change, climate variability and the impacts on Antarctica and the Southern Ocean. As a result of that, we've brought together many people from different disciplines and are able to talking to one another and helping each other, building models, predictive models, and building an understanding, a whole of system understanding about how the Southern Ocean ecosystems work.
It's extremely interdisciplinary, very large scope. I mean, look at the place. You know, it's a third of the planet. There's a view. It's a dominant control on our climate, and we're pretty much the only thing in the picture, right? There's Tasmania, New Zealand, tiny bit of South Africa, and a few countries in South America. We work with all of them, and this is kind of our patch, and it's like a third of the planet. So it's an amazing job. It's really fascinating.
Basically, ice cores are a climate history tool that help us look back in time beyond the instrumental record, which only goes for about 150 years, so that we can see what the various drivers of climate are, and then perhaps predict in the future what those drivers may be that will change our climate and affect our weather.
A lot of the work we're doing here is focused on understanding how thick the Antarctic sea ice is and how it might be changing. And to do that, we need to use some quite sophisticated equipment. We have helicopter-based aerial photography and laser altimeter data. We also have a small submarine called an autonomous underwater vehicle, which will give us information from underneath the ice about how thick the ice is. And a lot of that will feed into climate models as well, and helping to get the processes right in climate models so that we can predict future change.
People think that drilling ice cores in Antarctica might just produce information that's not particularly relevant to us here in Australia or very general, but it's been exciting for us to learn something about the climate system recently from our ice core work, which sheds light on the factors driving the drought in southwest Western Australia. What we've learned, I think, is going to lead to better climate models and predictions for where the drought's going to go in the future.
I think really the goal for us as scientists is to try to provide the best information we can as rapidly as we can to help society make decisions that make sense about their future.
In terms of international global science, I was involved in the Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change, and actually culminated in IPCC and Al Gore sharing in the Nobel Prize for peace, not science. It's actually about the good of the planet. And I think that was a fantastic outcome. And I contributed a little bit to that.
I'd say a career highlight for me would be talking to Prince Albert of Monaco about this. 200 ocean acidification scientists were invited to Monaco in 2008 to talk about who's doing what, and Australia had a really strong group there because we have the Southern Ocean on our back doorstep, and they chose 3 people to have a chat to Prince Albert, and I was one of them, and that was pretty cool.
The science of climate change is sometimes hotly contested, and one of the things about the CRC is that we're able to be an honest broker, to look at the science, to understand the science, to interpret that science, and then to tell people about it in a way that's meaningful, without distorting the science and without putting a spin on it.